Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, November 9th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used to help make good decisions, this will be a video for you. Real quick, I do want to personally invite you to a free live online class that I'm offering later this week. So if you're enjoying what you see and you want to learn more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, then somewhere right on the webpage there, you can click to sign up. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And if you're liking what you see, then definitely get signed up. And then also real quick, before we get started, to keep everybody on the same page, I will be using the 30-minute time frame. So when I say that, what I mean here is that each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So just keep that in mind. So the first stock here, ticker symbol AMC, and what a great start to the week. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that watch past videos, but if you have, hopefully remember me talking about that red line there at $43 as a main area of resistance. And you can see right here during that opening 30 minutes, right there, price came up there and got rejected from that area. So it started off as one of those situations, is 43 going to be one of those annoying stubborn levels? Price pulled back, came back up here, but you can see on that situation, broke through it, and then just continued to move and move and move. So overall, a great day here. Got the technical breakout of 43, which brings about the first key update, and this is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see the MACD as support. So moving forward now, $43, one of the newest areas of support. And then as I've talked about in past videos, and nothing has changed from the overarching standpoint, continue to watch the purple line there, the 50-period moving average. And as the name implies, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So more so an overarching broad point of view, as long as the price stays above that purple line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then the overall trend is still plenty in the bull's favor. And then as far as areas of resistance, nothing fancy or complicated here. The momentum and party finally stopped right there at the $46 mark. So 46 will be that first key level to watch moving forward. But all in all, the trend continues and definitely got off to a great start of the week. Next one, ticker symbol PPSI, and a very impressive move on this one today. And now that the dust has settled and market is closed, a very interesting pattern here has formed with a couple of well-defined levels. And well-defined levels are great because a lot of people have noticed them, and when a lot of people around the world have noticed them, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very nice movements. So the first level here that a bunch of people are watching, longs and shorts and everybody in between, right there at $9.35. I mean, check that out. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, the price has bounced off that level. So while that doesn't guarantee that it's going to continue to bounce, it does show that is by no means some sort of random area. And as traders, that's what our job is. Our job is to make decisions based around not random areas. And, any sort of trade plan you put together based around 935, nobody could accuse you of just throwing a dart and randomly choosing an area. 935 carries quite a bit of significance. So keep a close eye on that as that near-term level of support. And then as far as areas of resistance, and again, a level that a lot of people are going to be watching, right up there at, let's call it $11.65, which again, you can see that time and time again, including the last 30 minutes right there, the price got rejected. So it doesn't guarantee anything, but it makes it plausible, makes it rational to think that if the price can get up there and get the breakthrough there, that break right there could create quite a bit of upside buying pressure. So all in all, a couple of very well-defined areas here. So let's see how it continues to play out on Tuesday. Next one, LCID. Did this one in last week's top 10 video, and just kind of a case of deja vu, saying the same things over again, higher highs and higher lows, which is a good problem to have. So much so that I'm just going to go ahead and delete these lines out as they've played their role for now. And, there's just more relevant areas that are closer. So one of the newest levels to watch moving forward in terms of the newest level of support, going to be right there at that, $43. Sounds familiar from AMC, but 43 also now going to be a near-term level of support. And also like AMC, though, from the big picture point of view, continue to just watch that purple line right there, that moving average. So as long as that 50-period moving average, as it increases upwards, and as long as the price stays above that level, then the overall trend has got to be given to the bulls in terms of who's got the upper hand. Definitely got to err on the side of caution and say that the bulls still own the trend. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, got ourselves an interesting trend line right there that I'm very curious about. So moving into Tuesday, Wednesday, looking like right up around 49.50 could very, realistically be in a level that the price finds some problems. Doesn't mean that it can't break through it, but, would it be shocking to see the price get up to 49.50 and then maybe need another pullback? I don't think anybody would be shocked on that based on the trend line there. But regardless, those are going to be the next key couple of levels to watch here moving over the next couple of days. Next one here, METX did this analysis last week, and that's exactly where both these lines are coming into play here and now playing a vital role. So the first big dynamic here that happened today was because of the gap up, that area of resistance right there at 64 cents, which I talked about previously, had been broken. And like I did at AMC, there's just that foundational rule when levels of resistance are broken and closed above. You want to see them act as support, and that is exactly what happened here. So talk about a real-life example of the power of charts, but check that out. Price came down to that area, found some support, and is now going sideways. So that'll be, kind of the initial question is, okay, can this level continue to hold as support? We'll have to see what happens in regards to that. If the price does push down through it, the next key overarching level will be that purple line there, which is valued at 57 cents. But the other level that it's nothing new, but it just confirmed as, playing a vital role was this area up here, which I talked about as a level of resistance at 72. And when you know what, price came up there, and that's right where the momentum ultimately disappeared. So that doesn't mean that the price can ever break above 72, but I'm just saying it makes sense why the price did struggle around that area. But the point here being, two main levels here moving forward is now going to be 64 cents as that key level of support, followed by the 50-period moving average. But if the price does recover back upwards, then all eyes are going to go right back to that 72 cent as that main area of resistance. But yeah, overall, another nice way to start off the week. Next one, SNDL, and what a nice way to get things started here. I mean, volume came pouring back in, and what was looking like a pretty shaky chart, especially after Friday, where the price had just been channeling down. All of a sudden, boom, up it went, and a very big turnaround here. But the big question moving forward is, hey, is there true power behind this? Is this is this the start of something much bigger? But in order to ask that question, hey, is this the start of something much bigger? Something first has got to happen, right? So there's already been a big hurdle cleared in this sense of, well, at least the price has started to really, get moving in the upwards direction. So in my opinion, the first sign that this is the start of something bigger is I think the price should be able to at least stay above that 68 cent mark. And, and think about it. So no price can go straight up, but if the price were to come down here to 68, behave in that manner, I mean, what would you still have from the overall arching standpoint? You'd still have a nice set of lows there. You'd have lows there. You'd have those lows down there. And if you envision those as stair steps, you'd still have overall stair steps progressing the upward direction. So is 68 cents a do or die area? Nah, that'd be a little too dramatic. But I mean, is 68 cents the level where, if the price stays above it, then it's really going to make things look, very, kind of momentum packed in the bullish direction. Absolutely. So in my mind, 68, very important level of support. As far as next potential areas of resistance are concerned, got to squeeze this down here, and let me just bring over this former area that I've talked about before. But right up here around the 71 cent mark, next key area of resistance if this upwards movement continues. But overall, very, very impressive day today. The week is young, still 4 days left. So let's see if the bulls can indeed build upon this momentum. Next one here, AMD, and just what a monster mover here. I mean, talk about just an uptrend. I mean, if you're looking for an uptrend, look no further than that. Very, very impressive movement. But after today's, movement, which, biggest volume it's had, I'm glancing over here at the daily chart. Yeah, biggest volume it's had in literally months upon months. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of eyeballs here watching it. So let's map out a couple of newest levels, and the first key new level of support. And again, the ideal level, Clay, what make this look the absolute strongest if the price can stay above 147.50, but not a do or die level. Let's go back to our purple line there. 50-period moving average from the overarching standpoint. As long as the price stays above there, then you got to give the benefit of the doubt to the bulls and say that they are still in full control. So again, yes, preferably you want to see the price stay above 147.50, but not the end of the world. You just want to continue to watch that moving average here, which has done a fantastic job of just saying, yeah, there's been some pullbacks. There's been, some sideways movement. So a little bit of sideways movement there. Here is actually what seemed to be potentially a nasty pullback. But notice all this action was staying above that purple line, and then things ultimately turned out to be okay. So, use that as, like I said, the general overall level. And then as far as areas of resistance, there were very clearly quite a bit of sellers that showed up, kind of a random area, but at $153. So that'll definitely be the main, breakout point moving forward. But overall, the trend remains plenty healthy. Next one, FCEL, and got a very big, and eventful day today from a technical point of view. And this will mean more to those that have watched past top 10 videos. But if you have, hopefully remember me talking about that red line there at $10. But you can see that today during that opening 30 minutes, price broke the $10, spent 30 minutes consolidating, and then up it went from there. So overall, big breakout occurred today, and let's see if you can guess what the next thing is going to be. But the next big thing is, well, we got to get that updated, and that's just based on the rule. When levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And I realize I've said the same thing over and over again, but it was a very powerful day. There were a lot of breakouts that occurred today, which, assuming you're long and bullish, you like to see these sorts of situations. So it may be as repetitive, but that's just how the market is. Sometimes it's repetitive because a lot of stocks do the exact same things. But in this situation, like I said, assuming you're long, that's a good problem to have when all these breakouts are occurring. So $10, one of the newest areas of support. What I'm actually going to do is adjust this area up to now, what I'd consider more so that ideal level, which sits at 1050. So as you now know, 1050 doesn't mean that it's a must-hold level, but if the price can stay above it, fantastic. From the overarching standpoint, there you go. You got that 50 period moving average, so continue to watch that. As far as potential areas of resistance are concerned, as you're seeing here, as I squeeze things down, it's been a long time since the price has been up this high. I suppose I didn't need to go that far back, but like I said, good problem to have. Next key overarching level to watch as resistance right up there at $11.75. But all in all, very, very nice way to start off the week. Next one here, ticker symbol F for Ford. And like AMD, the trend continues. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this level out. This level of resistance, nice job breaking up through it at 1950. So you know the routine. Let's change that to green to represent support now. But I'm going to actually adjust this up a bit more because you can see that 1975 has become a very nice little near-term level of support. In fact, it was basically a level of resistance right there. But when it broke above there, that's when you'd expect it to act as support. Check it out. Beautiful example. Price came back here. That former resistance behaved as support and then bounced the price back upwards. So 1975 going to be that newest near-term level of support. And then the overall trend indicator, continue to watch that purple line there, 50 period moving average. In terms of areas of resistance, main level to watch seems to be right up there around $20.35. So overall, keep an eye on that. But yeah, the trend continues, higher highs and higher lows. And I realize I keep repeating myself, but that's just the nature of the market. If this is your first top 10 video you've ever watched, go watch some other ones, all right? You'll see that there is a little bit more variety than this, but we're just in a very unique situation where lots of stocks clearly have broken out and we're already in uptrends. So it's just continuations of trends, but that doesn't mean that, it's the same thing, so don't put on the top. No, the idea here is to put on, attractive looking stocks, and these stocks look attractive and their trends really help out in that regard. Next one, EVGO, and we have ourselves a nice technical pattern here. Again, technical pattern that I think a lot of people around the world have taken notice of, which is a good thing because it brings about that self-fulfilling prophecy attribute of things. So let's just get that drawn up. First part of the pattern going to be the bottom part right down here, this area of support at 1275. Next area right up here, this resistance trend line right there that formed. And then I just make this all a little bit more easier to see. Let's just make this one color. So there's our resistance. There's our support, and right there is the momentum move. And then if you're, for you golfers out there, we'll put the golf hole down there. So this is what would be known as a bull pennant pattern. And just because it's a bullish pattern doesn't mean that for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards if only trading were that easy. But is it rational? Is it plausible to think that this thing could get some more momentum and then potentially push to the upside? Absolutely, especially when you consider from a volume analysis standpoint. I mean, volume, during this area right here, when it was consolidating, dropped off quite a bit, and that's what you want to see. Low volume consolidations, once more, don't guarantee anything, but they do make it very rational, very plausible to say, hey, this is looking healthy and it's looking like it's got a chance to continue on upwards. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, the easiest way to summarize this one would just be 30-minute time frame, bull pennant pattern. Final one here, Tesla, TSLA, and this is one where, there were some good old Elon tweets, Elon drama over the weekend, and it showed up today in the price, although overall not that bad really. I mean, when you think about it, there was a gap down and then basically went straight up the first hour. Although what makes this a very interesting chart now moving forward is a very rough final 30 minutes. Big red candle here. You can see the volume did increase. Now, one candle doesn't make or break a chart. So I'm not saying Tesla's going bankrupt now because of this candle. All I'm saying is that from a trading and chart perspective, yeah, that 30-minute, candle now brings about quite a few questions of, I don't know, is this the start of something much bigger to the downside? So we'll have to see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this area of resistance on there, which is kind of amazing. You can see that trend line, that angle of it matches perfectly up to right there. So keep an eye on that. That'll be the main resistance trend line moving forward. But as far as supports are concerned, first key level that I'm very curious about going to be right there at 1150. And then if 1150 can't quite hold up and if it gets tested, then at that point, next key level of support to watch closely going to be down there right around the 1132 mark. So keep an eye on these couple levels. And if the price gets down through both of those, again, not the end of the world, but I could definitely see that being a signal that there's probably some more bearishness that's going to show up because that would be, again, not a game over type move, but it would be a move enough that's probably going to cause some people to say, you know what, things may be getting a little bearish here, so it could, create some more downside pressure. But you also don't want to get too far out of yourself because, the price hasn't even hit that 1150 mark yet. But overall, those are going to be the main levels to watch on TSLA. So that wraps up the top 10 list. And again, if you like what you saw, then I do want to personally invite you to get signed up for the class. It'll be this Thursday later on this week, November 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely get signed up if you want to learn more about this tool of technical analysis, how it can be used, how it should be used, how it should not be used, but ultimately how the tool is a great way to build consistency as a trader. And then as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to put in the time and effort to make these videos, then communicate that to me by doing two easy things. Hit the like button, leave a basic comment. You could say hi. You could leave a ticker symbol that you traded today. You could, leave a smiley face, but hitting the like button, leaving a basic comment communicates to me that you enjoy these types of videos. As long as I know that you are enjoying them, finding them helpful, then I'll continue to make them. And again, if you want to learn more about charts and how to use them to build consistency, definitely get signed up for the class. Everybody take care. Have a good one.